Hello, everyone. I'm Harrison Kelly with Ethan Beecher. We're at the BYUI Stadium where the Hawks are taking on the Titans in the men's competitive BYUI Rugby League. And this is week 2 of the league with these teams facing off. Just shortly an hour ago, we had the Thunder, the Lady Thunder, play the Lady Spartans. Lady Thunder beat the Lady Spartans 17-0. And two of their tries came from J.C. Richards. And unfortunately, she had a pretty bad knee injury, was taken out of the game. And we've got more action for you here in just a moment. Until then, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the BYUI Stadium, where we're going to get the kickoff for this game, Hawks versus Titans. Hawks are kicking off at center field. Ethan, what do we got going into this matchup so far?
I think you got a good matchup between us. It is a little bit different than the women's. You're playing with 8 men, and it's 20-minute halves instead of 7, so this game should be a little bit more. This should be a lot more enjoyable. I think you kind of will see the same thing as you did with the women's, is that there's probably going to be a little bit more physicality, as you see right there. People are going to pick each other up and throw each other down this whole time, so it should be a lot of fun, though. One of the guys on the Hawks is actually in my ward, and he talked about how he played rugby for the first time, and he said, I felt so sore afterwards. And so this should be a lot of fun. I think you're definitely going to see a lot of good action today and a lot of big hits. Just, again, another like that right there.
And an advancement for the Hawks as they are marching with good field position right here. Looking to find those openings. There's a good pass off right there. Blowing through the line, getting close.
Oh, what a...
Oh, and he's free. He's free. Hawks get across the line, and there's a first try. Hawks.
That was actually a really great try by the Hawks. I think it actually kind of came from the guy that scored, pretty much stripped the ball away from the other player. So this is number 5. We don't have their numbers right now, so we'll get that to you next week. And also another rule for people that don't know about rugby, you actually score the extra point from where you scored the try. So that is why it is not directly down the middle and it's from the side like that. So again,
it also incentivizes you to get to the center of the goal line, of the try line. You want to get there.
But he hit it right all the way through. So the score is going to be 7-0 in favor of the Hawks with a quick drink break, and we will be back for the other part of the action. And it was only scored within the first minute?
2 minutes, like a minute.
Yep,
minute 30. Well, Harrison Kelly, Ethan Beecher, we'll be right back. All right, we're back with another kickoff. This time, Titans looking to get on the board, kicking off to the Hawks. It is 7-0 right now. 17 minutes and 40 seconds left in this half. And with the boot, Hawks. Oh, it's a bobble. He keeps it and finds a hole. Gets to the ground. There's a strip. Do they keep possession of the ball? They do. And it looks like was that a forward pass?
Looks like it was.
So they're going to have to inbound or scrum?
I think you got a scrum coming in. I also want to shout out all the fans that are in attendance today.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
I was going to say, cheering on all the rugby players. Rugby is actually a pretty fun sport to watch. If anyone has not played or ever watched rugby, it is actually a really fun sport. So you should try it out sometimes, even if you just watch it, looking it up on. They actually have like a World Cup that they hold every 4 years, just like soccer and basketball. So it is definitely something to look forward to. That's always something that I always look forward to. So
Hawks looking to get the ball off this, put some more points on the board, and that they almost do. They pick it up. Oh my goodness! As the gap is closing, another pass off out to the outside. Do they keep it?
That was actually a really great strip there by number 1 on the Titans to pretty much save that, because if that Hawks player was able to pass it off, that probably is going to be another try for the Hawks. Got some speed coming right there.
Titans able to pick it up, go around the outside, and it's dropped on the ground. I think there was a little bit of a forward pass. Another scrum coming your way right here. A lot of physicality we're seeing from both of these teams. And it's too early to tell, but we're seeing good ball movement between both these teams as well.
I do. I think they are definitely taking care of the ball a little bit better, which I think is something that you do have to try to do in rugby a lot, is to keep the ball in your possession.
And getting to the outside, keeping it in bounds, and a hole closed right there.
This is one thing that I love about rugby is just the wrap-ups. I mean, my goodness. Yep, and just stuff like that. See, woo, just
Getting
bouncing
deep down,
off
but
players.
he's
Good,
man making advancements.
Oh, but the possession is stripped away. Oh, looks like they're not going to count.
They're not going to give it to the Titans. It's deep in Titan territory. Hawks are moving around to the outside, and an evasion, and a juke. Oh my goodness. And another score try for the Hawks. Wow. What a first half the Hawks are having so far. 2 scores, 2 tries ahead of the Titans. The Titans are struggling to keep possession of the ball going over center line.
And I think that's something that you also do have to take in mind, though, is that, again, going back to what we talked about in the first broadcast, there are some of these players that are playing for the first time. So I think it's just kind of getting used to the game. Also, a lot of people probably haven't played rugby in a very long time, but I do think when it does come to the Thunder, though, I think the Titans, you do have to take care of the ball just a little bit better. I think there's just a little bit of little bit of laziness right now from the from the Titans. But I think the Hawks are pretty much taking advantage of that, and they came ready to play today. I don't think the Titans expected this to get punched out this early, but I mean there's still plenty of game though. But it is 14-0 in favor of the Hawks,
and plenty of game left. There's 13 minutes left in this half. Titans looking to get some points on the board. Playing a little bit of catch-up early in this game could prove tricky for them later in this half and into the next half as well.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, though, this is something that's really good about rugby, though, is you could be down 2 or 3 different tries, and you can come all the way back because there's still plenty of time left. There's still plenty of game left. So even though the Hawks have kind of controlled these first 5 minutes of the game, there still is plenty of time for the Titans to come back. So not all hope is lost, but I expect here within the next couple of minutes that you do have to at least try to get a score or stop them from getting another try before the half to hopefully stop the bleeding a little bit and have a little bit of momentum going on your side.
Kickoff set by Hawks. Titans get the ball as they're trying to move up the field, and Titans able to recover to try to get a possession. Now, if you're just joining this game so far, Hawks up 14-0, 2 tries, 2 good kicks. Titans are, trying to push the ball, keep it from going across center line. They want it in their favor. The Hawks, Titans going into a scrum right now. Who will come out with the ball? And Titans looking to grab. They don't get it in time.
So you got another scrum ensuing. This is one thing that you also have to keep in mind with scrum. So right now is in possession of the Hawks, but again, the Titans still have an opportunity to make sure that they can still get possession of the ball. So that's what I think another big thing is that where's that ball being placed when that person puts the ball inside that scrum, just to find that angle just like that. And that was a beautiful placement right there of how to do a scrum.
And the Hawks able to get around to the outside. They're keeping it in bounds. Can they get it off? They do. Passing up towards the middle, hole closing. And they keep hold of the ball. They're just inching their way up the field closer to center line.
And that's the thing, too, is it's a game of inches. It's not a game of yards and miles. It's a game of inches. And you can take any inch you can give, and just like that right there. Sometimes you get those big chunks, and sometimes you only get 1 yard or 1 inch, but that's one step closer again to getting a try. Holy!
Wow. And we apologize. We don't have numbers on the field, so we can't highlight certain players. But you got that big guy in the center with that takedown earlier. He's moving up the field. The guys are wrapping up around him, and they're bouncing right off of him. He's making moves.
Oh,
wow.
Golly.
Up the field and down. Hawks have control of this ball game right now.
Oh, my.
Titans looking to pick up the ball. They do. Do they have an outside lane? They do.
They unfortunately do not have the speed for that.
Yeah, just a little bit more speed could get around that corner and up center field. Do they get it without getting out of bounds?
They stayed in bounds.
And they're keeping movement of the ball around center field. Can they get there? They keep hold of the ball despite holes closing and wrap-ups. Can they make it? And they have personnel around, so they get the ball off.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness! Can he stay on his feet? He
Oh.
does! Wow! And the Titans are on the board.
And that was going to be number 13, Landon Bingham from Sugar City, Idaho. And that was, again, kind of what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes you are not out of it until the clock's at 0. So, again, right now the score is 14-5 right now in
Waiting for
favor
a
of
kick.
the Hawks.
Waiting for a corner kick. It's going to be from the corner right here.
A lot of people think that these shots are pretty easy, but with the goalpost not being that big, it actually is a lot harder than it looks.
And for you folks looking at home, the wind right now is pretty crazy here in Rexburg coming out of the south. Right against this kick right here. Another stipulation that he has to work through. Number 4, Daniel Vivers. Is that Viviers? I don't want to say his name wrong. And the kick is good for the Titans. 7:14, 9 minutes left in this half. We have a match.
Like I said, the game is not over until the clocks hit 0. So, again, really good try right there by the Thunder. Definitely, or excuse me, by the Titans. Very much needed right there to kind of stop the bleeding from the Hawks. We'll see if the Hawks are able to counteract what the Titans just were able to do.
And they'll be setting up now for a kickoff. And for those folks at home that don't know rugby, the scoring team gets to receive the kick. And out of the hands of the Titans, they're deep in the backfield. Wanting to tie this game, put some points on the board. They're stopped. Pretty shallow by the Hawks as they keep the ball moving. Finding some holes. Do they find a hole? There's a wrap-up.
What a game! What a save right there! Because I feel that
He would have been gone.
That would have been gone.
And it looks like they're gonna have a scrub. No, they're not. Hawks get the ball. They're in good field position. People bouncing off. Oh my goodness! Wow.
And it did not take very long for the Hawks to respond.
Again, I was talking about him earlier. I don't know. I wish I knew his name. I wish he had a number, but big dude. Look at him. People bouncing off of him as he's getting to the try line. No one can wrap him up.
Nope. He's pretty much done a lot of the dirty work today for the Hawks, which has been very helpful for these wonderful 3 tries that they have right now.
Wish we could give you names, but if we had numbers, we could give names.
Looks like what we got here in the comments, looks like that is Ethan Buckley. And Ethan Buckley actually played basketball last season. So big man Buckley with the try right there. So
he was on my football team.
Yep.
I actually know. I coached him in football. I know of his capabilities. And wow, yeah, what a game Ethan is having. And the Titans are going to kick off to the Hawks after that try. 19-7, 6 minutes left in this half. Hawks are up by a try. Again, this stream is brought to you by BYUI Sports. We're grateful to be here bringing this content to you at home so you can watch your favorite BYUI athletes play in these competitive leagues. Hawks taking the ball. Took a while to get down on the ground. Titans try to make a stop. Hawks moving around to the corner. Inbounds. Nice work.
Way to stay inbounds, too.
Over to center line. They're making moves. Hawks breach the center line.
Well, that's one thing that I do like to see.
And a steal! And a steal!
Wow.
Titans all the way. Number 4, Russell Clough with the try for the Titans.
Wow, that was beautiful.
What a takeaway from Russell Clough.
And what a game we have now. So
That's tight.
again, and just like that, just another quick.
Tied.
I'll say another quick response right there from the Titans. So, I mean, again, we got ourselves a ball game here, folks. Do not go away anytime soon.
Well, they still need to make this kick.
I have faith.
Yeah, faith. Wow, what a game we have so far. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this half. Wow. Russell Clough with that last steal. Nobody around him. Try for the Titans. And Russell Clough going for this kick after his try. Ethan says he has faith. Clough, it's up. And not high enough. They are still down 19-12. Hawks stay in the lead. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this half.
I still have faith in him, though. It's okay. We all have one bad kick again.
I mean, that was a great defensive move.
That was
great pickup.
I did not see him come out. I thought the Hawks had took it the other way, but it looks like
I don't think the Hawks even saw him coming in.
No, I don't think he did either. And that's what I'm saying too, is just like you always got to keep in mind of that person coming in with the steal, knowing your possession arrows and knowing where to throw the ball and how to maintain ball possession. Because I think one thing that I do like to see from the Titans before the scoop and score for them is that the Titans have done a really good job of wrapping up. I think the Hawks have kind of gone a little bit away from that's what they kind of did in the first couple of minutes, and that's kind of what gave them the lead. But I think right now the Titans are doing a little bit more of wrapping up and making sure they don't get those extra yardage. I think that's been a huge key for the Titans to come back in this ball game.
Titans trying to break free. 3 guys on him. He gets rid of the ball. Hawks, pick it up. Hawks breaking free.
He's going to fill that one in the morning. Golly, that was a big hit. That was a big hit. Holy. Anytime that you see the ball come off of a player after a big hit like that, you definitely know they're going to fill that one.
Wow, pass over the heads of the Titans. Hawks making moves down this field.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that I think it's going to come down to whoever can stop each other first. Because this looks like it's going to be another good try for the Hawks if they can get down there.
It's going to be better defense. We'll win this game.
Ooh.
Hawks breaking free.
Oh, my, and just pushing people over. Oh.
Moving the line. Are they going to call a penalty on that?
I think they will.
I think they will. And a kick into possession. Ethan Buckley trying to get free and
looks like they're going to
calls dead.
Looks like they're going to redo it. This is the possession of the Hawks. Looks like it's going to be. Looks like they're going to give a little bit more time.
The kick is in. Trying to breach the line. Look at the speed on that man.
Oh, and
he's down.
He lost the ball, though. This is a dangerous position if you're
got to get out of that.
I would say you got to get out of Oh, my goodness.
Wow. He's got to get the ball off. He does. Around the corner. Does he have room? He stays in bounds. Oh, my goodness. Whee! Oh, my goodness. The Titans are making moves. Does he stay free? It's a foot race. Wow, out of bounds.
What a good possession right there by the Titans. I'm not gonna lie. Some of these big guys have some big speed on them. So,
holy cow!
Golly,
who is that? I need to see his number. We gotta highlight that man. And number 2? Where's it? Number 11. What an impressive move! Or is that number 8? Can't see. They're on the back of their jerseys. 20 seconds remain in the half.
What a steal right there off the inbound. Oh, looks like they're going to call a penalty, though. So looks like it's going to be the Titans' possession now.
Half is over. Ball is still in play. And Titans able to pick it up. And another try from the line. And
What
a steal.
What a steal.
Can they get free? Oh, he might get free. He's got his jersey. Can they get a hole opened?
Pushing forward.
He's pushing. They're keeping it behind. Oh, there's an opening. And they do it. The Titans.
And that's going to be...
Now we'll take the lead.
That's going to be Landon Bingham. That's his second try of the day. And I think that was a really good play right there. Awareness from number 4, though. I think that was actually Russell Clough that kind of gave the ball to him. And great awareness right there by Landon Bingham, giving him that sidestep to give him that open space in the inside to give him that. And he just uses his big burst of speed. And there you go, just like that.
And that's what you need. You need to keep the ball moving. You need to keep the ball moving, watch for those openings, and you need to shoot those gaps. You've got to get through there fast.
I was saying, if you don't get there fast enough, you're just going to get hit by two players of the opposing team.
So now it's 19-17. They haven't taken the lead yet. This kick.
They do have a chance to tie it.
Gives them the chance to tie the game.
And which would be huge right now for the Titans heading into the break.
And they do. Tie game, 19-19, going into the intermission period.
Again, just want to highlight some key players on both sides really quick. Russell Clough right there for the Titans with those extra points. Landon Bingham with 2 tries. Again, 19-19. Again, it started off with the Hawks within the first 5 minutes scoring 2 quick early tries. But then just like that, the Titans come respond and answer with 3 tries of their own to bring this to a 19-19 game at the half. So thank you for tuning in for the half, and we will see you here for the second half.
Yep. Thank you for watching. Harrison Kelly, Ethan Beecher. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the BYU Idaho Stadium. I am Harrison Kelly with Ethan Beecher. It is a tie game, 19-19. Hawks scored first 2 tries, and then the Titans were able to make a steal down the field, and then another breakaway down the field.
Yeah, it was actually really good. I think there's definitely a lot of good things to take away from both of these teams here in the first half. So I think this will be, like what I was saying earlier, Harrison, I think this is going to come down who can stop the other team from scoring, because that's pretty much what it's going to be.
And they're going to call a stop, a turnover.
I think it was a kick ball right there. So it looks like you're going to have a scrum in favor of the Titans.
Who will come away with the ball out of the scrum? We'll see here soon.
And that's a great question. You never know.
You really don't. It takes the physicality of the members in the lineup. And here we go. There it is. Who gets the ball? Titans keep it.
Just over the head.
Can they get the ball?
It looks like he dropped it, so it looks like this is going to be – and that's kind of a huge blow right there, because they had a lot of possession. They had momentum. They had momentum, and it was in the attacking half for the Titans. So we're going to be interesting to see how the Hawks take advantage of this.
They're going to scrum again in favor of the Hawks. And the Hawks pick it up, and it's called again.
So it looks like what happened right there is that it did not go through. It has to come outside the player. It has to come through outside the middle person. It cannot come outside one of the outside players, so that is why.
And he grabbed it kind of right there in the center.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to do that, so we'll retry the try.
And Titans able to get possession as they run, and
another scrum. This time it's going to be in favor of the Titans.
This is where the game gets really technical.
I would say this is the game where, a lot of times, scrums are very important to see who has possession of the ball coming out of it, because scrums are pretty important especially with field position.
Titans come away with it again. Can they keep it? Hole was closing. Low pass. They keep it up. Can they get it off? They do. Is there a hole? There's not. It's closed. And defense. Wow, a nice steal coming in there for the Hawks. He's got to give it back.
Again, if you're noticing, they're kind of corralling the outside.
Oh my goodness, there's an opening. Does he get it? He does. Number 1, Quinn Newton.
And that's actually really huge right there for the Titans to start off this second half with that try. The kick is going to be a little bit more interesting, though, because it's more to the left side, and the wind is kind of going against them a little bit now. But
the wind has died down a little bit.
The wind has died down a little bit, which has helped a lot. But again, this is really good news for the Titans to come out here with a quick early try. And so now it's going to be the Hawks' turn to see if they can respond to this. But what I liked from that is that you see that you kind of see you don't want to be too crowded on one specific player, because if you don't, you kind of can leave the other person wide open, and you kind of can fake passing the ball. And that's kind of what you saw right there from the Titans. You had someone with the ball. They were able to pass it, and they gave him pretty much almost about 10 yards worth of space, and then they were able to pass it again. And pretty much Quinn Newton said, I'll just take the rest from here. And
it was a quick pass, too. And, I mean, I'm wondering what was going through his mind, He's running down the sidelines. I think he was looking for a potential pass, and it came out so fast. He was just in really good
position. Barely squeaks it through. Holy smokes.
That kick by Russell Clough. Missed the first one.
That was wow. That was I thought that was out, but looks like it barely squeezed through. Again, it's that wind too. The wind is also coming facing us right now. So again,
coming right out of the south.
Yep, that is. So again, really good try very early on right there by the Titans. So let's see if the Hawks are able to respond, because this is going to be huge right now. Again, it is going to come down to who can get more stops and not let the other team score super quickly. Again, only about 2 to 3 minutes were off the clock already, and there was already a try. scored. So you have to make sure that if you are the Titans and the Hawks, you have to make sure to keep these tries to make sure these legs go to about 7 to 8 minutes, so that way you can come down. And so it looks like the Titans. So the Titans are in front right now, 26-19. And again, another breakaway. Again, this is also one thing that I've noticed from the Titans. The Titans have a lot of speed on their team. So once they shoot that gap, it's going to be really important for the Hawks to kind of wrap up, because if they don't wrap up, you've already seen it. Almost all 4 of the tries have been based off of speed for the Titans.
And their momentum was growing towards the center line. They're getting pushed back a little bit from this defense, and there's going to be another stop. Looks like another scrum is going to ensue here. Nope, they'll give it to the Hawks. Hawks getting stopped pretty quick. Can they get an opening? Oh, with some speed, there might be a little bit of an opening. And he gets it to the outside. Outside, open. And there's a little bit of movement. They're getting close. There it is. And Hawks respond with another try.
And that's something. And again, you got to make sure that it's going to come down to whoever has the defensive possession for the end of the game to come out with this win. But again, really good possession right there by the Hawks. Again, what you don't want to do if you're the Titans and the Hawks specifically is to bunch in on one specific key player, because if they pass it to the outside or if they pass it to the other way with no one else around, you lose that momentum and you pretty much gave them a free opening, and that's essentially what they did. And they said, thank you.
Yeah, and with that, the Hawks tie the game 26-26.
And that was probably less than a minute?
Less than a minute.
Less than a minute. Again, so the tie can turn really, really quickly. So it's also a game about runs. Who can get them on the run a lot faster, and who can stop the other person from getting to a big run.
I want to also talk about the fundamentals of the game real quick. You know that you see these guys who know the game well. That try made. We don't have his number, so I can't say his name. I wish I could, but the man who made the try, he didn't drop the ball until he got to the midfield, so they had a good open position, open look on that kick to tie the game. If he dropped the ball as he went into the try from the corner, he'd have to take the corner shot, but he kept it in his hands and then dropped it right in front of the uprights. Good
awareness.
Good ball
right
knowledge.
there.
Good awareness right there. Hawks will receive the ball from the kickoff. Who will come forward? Big hit right there. And there's a stop. The ball stripped. It's not. Hawks still have it. Marching towards the center line. Is there an outside opening? A little bit. Oh, and with a push and a shove, he's on his feet over center line. And it's picked up by the Titans.
And
wow. And it's stopped before Ethan can break away towards the try.
And you have an injured player over here, and they're almost all the medical team right there is out there. That is Quinn Newton on the Titans. He took a big hit. He took a pretty big hit.
And it was an up high hit. It looked like it might have been a head hit.
Yeah, it looks something like that. So we're going to step away for a second while the medical team looks at this. And so we're going to make sure that Quinn Newton's okay. We'll try to give you any updates that we can. And we're just going to make sure that everything is okay with Quinn. So we're going to step away for a second. We'll be back when the action is returned.
You're welcome. Welcome back to the BYUI Stadium. Harrison Kelly, Ethan Beecher here with BYUI Sports. It's a tie game, 11 minutes left in this half. We also excused the camera. We were trying to get it acclimated to the shadow that's here now on the field. So sorry about that. We're getting back to this game. Quinn made it to his feet and got to the sideline. So good news for the Titans. And this game will get set to be back in motion here in a few minutes. But it's anyone's game so far, 26-26. Both teams are making breakaways. And both teams are also making some good stops too. Big hits out here on the field, stopping the ball, changing the momentum, changing the possession between teams. It's been pretty gritty between the Titans and the Hawks, as it's anyone's game. Titans kicking off to the Hawks, and it went outside of the inbound.
I think that was intentional. I think that's what's going to happen, because it was the Hawks' ball before the injury timeout. So it looks like they kicked it in a good spot. So it will be the Hawks' ball.
And it's into the Titans. Hawks able to pull away from it. That's Ethan.
Golly, with some speed.
Look at him go.
Holy.
It's a foot race. He stays on his feet. No, he doesn't. He falls. Do the Titans pick it up? They do. The Titans now have momentum again, and it's stopped. And they're going to scrum now. Who will get the ball? In favor of the Titans. But the Hawks pick it up. Hawks to the outside. A missed catch, almost taken away by the Titans as they're pushed back towards center line. There's a breakaway out to the outside. And a stop out of bounds. Not out of bounds. I think that was a forward pass.
Looks like it.
Titans looking to pick up this ball from out of bounds. Hawks in good possession. And it tried to strip it away. Titans keep the ball. Titans making advancements. Is there a hole? There is. And it's a foot race. He breaks free. Can he get there? Yes, he can. The Titans. Number 13. Wow. Landon Bingham with the Titans.
That's his third try of the day. And again, all three of those have been on those outside carries. If you get that, if you just give Landon just a little bit of breathing room, he's going to take it the whole 100 yards that you can. Because I think that was something that we kind of talked about before the game, is who has the more speed and agility to take possession away from the other team. And that was really good right there. Kind of Landon saw kind of that area kind of creep in a little bit once he was able to pull away. Again, he dragged so many defenders that once he broke free from all of them, it was pretty much a foot race. And nine times out of 10, Landon Bingham has won most of those foot races today. And it shows with his 3 tries that he's made today.
And with this extra kick, they'll take the lead. And he's waiting to get the ball positioned. And it's good. 33-26 with 5 minutes left. Just over 5 minutes left in this half. Now the Titans will receive. We'll see what the Hawks defense can do to try to get back on the board.
I think if you're the Hawks, you just got to go back to what you were doing earlier. Attack and be very aggressive right there, especially with the Ethan Buckley run that he had towards in that middle of the field earlier before the try from the Titans. You just got to make sure you handle the ball very well, because one wrong pass, and we've already seen it today right now from the Titans, that they've already pretty much stole the ball and pretty much went the other way with it. So you got to make sure, if you're the Hawks, just take care of the ball, and you still have plenty of time to get another try into to try and tie this game.
And a big kick from the Hawks, pinning them deep. And it looks like there was a forward pass there. And I'll take it to a scrum. Titans have the favor. Can the Hawks get it? Titans will pick up. Titans outside passes. Can they get an open lane? There's a big stop. Keeping the line, and another stop down there. They're going to call it dead.
Looks like you got a yellow card on the Hawks. That's probably the first one
for the Hawks.
I would say that's the first one that we've seen today, so definitely got to keep an eye on that yellow card.
That's where, discipline comes into the game. Hawks sending a big defender deep into the field, and that kick goes out of bounds.
And again, just with about 3 minutes left here in the game, you got the Titans up 31-26. Again, so a lot of time for the Hawks to come back and get a try to tie this game, because we kind of saw that towards the end of the half by the Titans, that the Titans were down, but because of that extra possession that they were able to have, that's what was able to get this game tied and back into this ball game.
Titans trying to make some moves and almost picked up. It's picked up by the Hawks. Hawks taking hits, making stops.
Golly, big hits out here. Good grief.
Get outside to Ethan Buckley. He's plowing through men as they take him down. And it appears Ethan Buckley staying on the ground.
And you also got another yellow card here on the Titans. So that's 2 quick yellow cards by both by one team. So we got to, again, making sure that your yellow card is making sure everyone's making sure is you're staying safe out there. So good job by the ref to make sure that everyone is staying safe out there and making sure that all the players are safe and sound.
And a pretty high kick into the hands of the Titans. They're deep in enemy territory. Can the Hawks pick it up? The Hawks do. The Hawks almost lose the ball. Mark trying to get to the try line, and a stop by the Hawks. By the Titans.
What a beautiful stop right there by the Titans. Looks like the Hawks were going to score right there.
That was close.
Again, the beautiful wrap-ups right there by the Titans, which able to pretty much save that try by the Hawks. But looks like it's going to be a scrum right now in favor of the Titans. So, again, this is also a dangerous area. You don't want to go too far behind, if you go too far behind and they drag you down, that could be very bad news.
Yeah, you got to keep the ball in forward motion, and it goes towards the line. Does he get it out? He does. He's going to the outside. And a stop. Attempted strip by the Hawks right here, and they're going to stop. Hawks have momentum. They get it to the outside. There's no one there. Do they get to the line? And he's stopped. That was great defense moving towards the ball. Wow, got to give it to this Titans defense. They're trying to keep contain on this line right here.
Yeah, and they're doing a really good job right there. And again, this is probably the best defense that we've probably seen from either team today, is keeping that ball within the safe.
30 seconds to the end of the game. Are they calling it?
I'm not sure exactly what's going on right now.
The official Nick Newfield down there. As they...
It looks like they are going to call the game.
Looks like they're calling the game. 31-31.
Ending in a tie. Really good job today by both teams. It was really good. It was really good to see both teams come out with a lot of firepower, a lot of good tries, a lot of good attempts. So, but I would say MVP for the Titans today probably goes to Landon Bingham with those 3 early tries right there and with his big burst of speed. And for the Hawks, I'm probably going to give it to Ethan Buckley since he's the only one that we know of so far. But again, really good job again by both teams, showing forth good effort that does end in a tie.
Yep, and that'll be it for us here at the BYUI Stadium for the Titans and the Hawks. It is a tie. Good games. There's great blocking, great advancements, great tries from each team. That's why it is tied. So we'll see you in the next game. That does it for us. Harrison Kelly, Ethan Beecher, you're watching BYUI Sports.